I'm here with Oscar of the Vintage Caravan to talk about Portals coming out September 26th on Napalm Records. It's an absolute pleasure. I think this is the first time that we chat about the Vintage
Yeah.
Caravan. I'm a big fan of the band. I'm a big fan of Iceland. And when I think of Iceland, I kind of think of the Vintage Caravan. I mean, you guys are definitely a band that creates a sound. You're not the only one, but you're definitely a band that creates
Hmm.
a sound that's very Icelandic to me. Uh,
Okay.
I travel to Iceland quite frequently, and when I'm
Hmm.
driving, very often I put one of your albums on to kind of inspire me through
Nice.
my journey.
That's cool to hear. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, it's definitely a very inspiring country, and I guess it, seeps into the music for sure. So.
Yeah, I was there in January of this year, and let me tell you, I was not on the run. I was more like slipping and sliding on the ice. There was
Oh yeah.
there was
Oof.
not much running happening because
Yeah.
everything was absolutely frozen. But
Yeah.
definitely one of my favorite places to visit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this record. But before we talk about this album, I think we have to go back just a little bit to Monument.
Hmm. Hmm.
Monuments was a huge album for you guys. How much did that record condition you when it came to making a new album? Were you influenced by that success at all?
Um, it wasn't really didn't really keep it highly in mind, at least. It wasn't like something that we were actively thinking about. We are very self-critical, so even though something, has some success to it or something, we always manage to find a way to find the negative thing about it.
Very
So
Icelandic of you.
yeah, I know. So we're always on a search to do something bigger and better and just yeah, I don't know, evolve, So we didn't really think too much about it. It was more like what do we want to do differently, instead of being like this and that worked, let's do more like this. That was it was more just, you know, not forcing anything is kind of key, I think. Just kind of letting things flow and where we can do something better, we try to do that. So
This album to me felt a lot
sorry,
more.
there's a ring at the door. I'm just gonna share. Oh yeah, that's my wife and my kid.
Oh, you have to let
I'll
them in.
I have to let them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, ég er í smá viðtali og það er vídeo. Yep, sorry.
No problem. I love it. I love this interaction.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was listening to Portals to
Hmm.
me felt like perhaps your most progressive album to date. It just really dives deep into something you guys always had, but
Hmm.
not necessarily as predominant as it is on this record. How
Yeah.
much you guys touring, for example, with Opeth, has have an impact on that sound?
Uh, probably probably had a big influence. I think I think it was something that, but nothing like really. How should I say? It wasn't a conscious kind of move, I guess. So I don't know. It was more like uh, I don't know, like for example, the portals on the album, the interludes, the five different interludes. I think that's probably the proggiest kind of move we've ever made for sure. Kind of makes it feel like a concept album, but at the same time, it's still the kind of, still kind of it's a nicely balanced kind of thing between being musically intricate and still being catchy, So that's always kind of the way we try to find a nice balance between that. I sometimes say, we try to find the good middle ground between Gentle Giant and Appa, somewhere there in the middle. So, so yeah, but it wasn't. We didn't set out to do the proggiest album yet, but I there was definitely some proggy moments for sure. Some of the craziest moments, for
I think
example.
some of the
Yeah.
craziest moments you guys have ever had on any record.
Yeah, for sure. There's a song called Freedom, and the middle part there is just like, it's just blaring kind of almost free jazz, Mars Volta-ish. It goes pretty extreme, but then your album also has like the calmest moments we've ever had, like My Aurora, for example. This is like a very stripped back acoustic piece, just guitar and vocals and a little bit of flute from my end, which
Mhm.
I guess is pretty proggy. Oh, well, but
Yeah, flute falls under the progginess.
Yeah, definitely does. But the rest, not so much, I guess. The other things, but also funny just with like Michael Ackerfeld also guesting. It's
Yeah,
that's
and you
also
guys put that track with Michael right at the beginning of the record. I was
yeah,
a little surprised by that because normally you start to see those kind of songs featuring. I mean, that's the only feature on the album. So normally you see those kind of songs a little bit deeper into the track listing. But you guys were like, no, we got the main man on the record, so let's put him right
yeah.
up front.
It was kind of funny because like we that song just made complete sense as an opener. We kind of decided that a long time ago, even uh, before actually getting because we only received the Michael his he sent over the recordings like when we were doing the mastering actually. So that was like something that came very late in the journey. So and we were like, "Ah, but this song has to be the opener." So it was kind of a difficult. In my opinion, I wasn't completely sure if exactly opening the album with a guest would be the right thing. But when you listen to it front and in its entirety, it has a very unique and fun feel. So I'm happy we did that. So well, but yeah, even that like when you say like if touring with Opeth had any influence, that song is Alexander wrote that song, so I can't fully say, but he it's the most Opethy song that we've ever made, and still it's totally just something that had seeped in, I guess, through there was no conscious kind of thought at least behind it. So
And
going.
speaking of that, you have a record that has, I know there's the interludes, there's the different portals, but you have
Mhm,
a record that has 1 hour and 17 songs. Uh,
mhm.
Building the roadmap for this sense of epicness, was it
Mhm.
easy? Was it a difficult album to put together in terms of what the track listing offers?
It's a little bit difficult. Well, especially the song writing process and putting it together. It was that was stressful. We had like 20 or almost like 30 songs, and we did like 25 demos or whatever it was, and then we had to pick the ones, and we did that like a month prior to recording, I guess, and so it was. Or even less. So yeah, it was pretty hectic, everything about it. I just had a kid at the time, and it was just like, oh no, well, sorry, she was pregnant at the time, so there was a lot of stuff going on. But where was I? My ADHD brain gets sidetracked. But yeah, so the track listing, that kind of there were some songs like Philosopher, for example, that were just like I'll open the album and we're like yes, please, and then it kind of had to the portals kind of had to decide a few um it did basically did the kind of like deciding for us for a few of them because as I don't know if you know, Alexander actually took bought like these random cassettes, took these tapes out and just like made these actual loops of these kind of, and like he was stretching them, and so it was like a very warped and weird kind of feel to it. Added synthesizers and stuff, and he had around 50 of those. So he had to find which one were in the keys that made sense to like present the next song, and then we had like one or two options per portal, basically. So there was a little bit of like kind of experimenting going on to see what would work, but we ended up with a sequence which I think is a really nice whole journey. Kind of feels like a whole piece. So I'm very happy with how that kind of ended up being. Yeah.
At what point in time in the process did you guys think about those interludes, those portals, and what do you see the main advantage of having them on a record that's already that forces the record to be 17 songs long and 1 hour in
Mm.
length?
Yeah, I don't, it's an aspect that we've always wanted to try something like that. So it was. Uh, Yo, fara kvar. Yeah. Yeah. So sorry about that. Yeah. So where was I again? Sorry.
The
We were talking
portals.
about. Yeah. The portals. Yeah. Basically, Um, yeah, basically yeah, we just wanted to have that kind of feeling of having it like to be a cohesive big piece, So and kind of it was kind of the glue that we needed for some of the songs, and yeah, kind of gave it a kind of epic feeling. So that's something new, and when we're 6 albums in, we want to try something new, and so yeah, that's basically the main reason behind it, and yeah, it's fun. Not many bands are doing it right now, so
Yeah, it was definitely different. I almost felt
hmm
like every portal opened a different door into the sound of the band, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
Like the way you guys
exactly,
group the portals and the way you guys group the songs that follow the portal, there was a lot of similarities in those groupings. So
yeah,
it made almost like, the Advent calendar where every day up until Christmas you open up a little thing and you get
yeah,
chocolate or something. It felt a little
exactly,
bit like that, like an Advent calendar where every portal is a little bit of a window that opens up to a little bit of new sound, and I thought that was interesting
definitely.
from that
Yeah,
standpoint.
yeah. It brings you to the next chapter, and there's like there's all sorts of sounds in there. I think that we recorded some just chatter at a restaurant in Porto because we recorded the album there, and there's like the birds outside of the studio, and there's a lot of kind of like fun experimentation stuff that we did like that. So it was kind of when I listen to it, I just go directly back to the city of Porto, which is also kind of was the title and the portals kind of is a nod to that city. So
Wow, that's amazing. I'm Portuguese,
yeah.
so I
Oh
this
yeah.
this is extra special for me.
Oh great. Oh, I didn't know you were okay. Great. Yeah, yeah. It's we recorded in Arta Recorders in Porto, and it was just an amazing experience. Did that on tape the first time we recorded on tape, and it was yeah, a very unique and fun experience.
That is good to know. That adds some value to my listening experience, I must say.
Oh
Now
great.
you mentioned the song Aurora, My Aurora,
Hmm.
and I want to ask you about the vocals because a song like My Aurora and a song like Days Go By, very
Yeah.
different when it comes to the vocal performance on both of those tracks.
Oh yeah.
Is it more interesting for you to have that sort of diversity of sound that allows you to vocally go in different directions depending on where you are and depending on what the song asks for?
Yeah. I mean, good question. I mean, I want like every song has has its own kind of feeling, and I want to kind of convey that with my vocal performance. For example, Days Go By is a very like kind of frantic song about like just pushing yourself over the limit basically, and just doing stuff in every in life, and the pressures of life, I guess. So like the vocal was extra like and also there's a song Riot where I had been doing like I think it was 4 6 to 8 hour singing sessions a day, starting from 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. and then onto the day. And that was the final song we did, and it has that kind of my voice is completely cooked, but that just fit like really fit the energy of the song, and was fitting for the lyrics as well. So we kept it in. I should have normally the perfectionist in me would have wanted to do that again and have my voice be okay, but it just kind of fits the vibe of the song. But my Aurora was I think my Aurora was maybe the most difficult one to do vocally
Really?
because it's so calm, and I had to like I think I probably did yeah, I did like a 2 hour session where I worked on it, and I was just really not happy with how it kind of came out, and yeah, I wasn't really happy with that. So I ended up doing like I don't know 60 more takes, and at Alexander's place we did the vocals later on, and it was just like I don't know, it was just something really hard about nailing it and be it can't be too hard. It can't be too soft. It was trying to find that like soft spots. I like sweet spot, I guess. So yeah, it was a demanding thing, but I'm really happy that I kind of just really honed in and tried to make that as good as possible because it's
Yeah,
one of my favorite ones. I
It's
guess.
one of my favorite ones on the record. That one and Days Go By,
Okay.
definitely two of my favorite songs on
Oh,
the album. And
nice.
Homura is so stripped that really
Hmm.
pushes you vocally.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for you to hide. Like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
fuck up, everybody's going to be able to tell. Like there's nowhere for you to
Definitely.
hide. So it comes
Definitely.
across as a very demanding song. I didn't
Yeah.
realize how demanding had it been.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, cool, cool to hear. Yeah, I mean, there's also a fun little story. I actually wrote the song in this living room where I'm in now, and I was just yeah, home alone watching TV or something, and then I looked outside the window, and there was like the sky was completely green with the aurora borealis, and I was just like, whoa! And I turned off all the lights, turned on some candles, and then I just looked outside and took up a guitar, and that song just came out of me in like 5 to 10 minutes or something like that.
Wow.
So
That is
it was
super
a
cool.
yeah, it was a very unique experience. I've never had something like that. It was just kind of like yeah, I was somebody just sent me the song. I was like, and because it's a weird kind of fingering, going on, and so it was yeah, it's pretty unique for me.
I gotta tell you, Ben, I've been to Iceland so many times. I'm yet to see the Northern Lights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never get to see
Man,
them. Last time, when I went there in January, there was a huge
yeah.
storm. They even closed down the airport, so the skies
Oh,
were clouded, so you couldn't see anything.
mm, exactly. Yeah, there was also it was a bad winter for seeing Northern Lights. It was at least in my I didn't see much of them that
I'm coming
winter.
back next year. Hopefully, next year I have better luck.
Yeah, yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, and
Fingers
then I can
crossed.
play your song, and while I watch the Northern Lights, how cool would that be?
Yeah, perfect soundtrack.
I know. I totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah,
One of
yeah.
the things about this record that I thought was really interesting is that overall is very mature. It feels very complete from the
Mm.
from the design to the songwriting to the lyrics to the performance. And I wanted to know from you, where's that maturity coming from? Is it from the records that came before it, the experiences that you guys have gained?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's like it was 4.5 years in between recordings of Monuments and Portals. So it's I think it has to do with actual maturity, and so you know going from being what 25, 20 6 year olds, and then or at least me, and then doing this album at 30. So yeah, I mean it's that, and we learned on from everything we've done, like from touring and from the last albums, and it's just uh and I guess one of the like main things that we've like kind of learned with time is just like don't uh like don't force it if a song wants to be stripped down and just like and like that. Don't You don't have to beef it up. You just let it be that. And so we just kind of let things breathe. And sometimes we'd have a very catchy song and we were like, this is too catchy. People will think we're like sellouts or something. We have to like put in a chapter here that's gonna like completely destroy it, like in a like, or make it more cool in our how we felt it. But sometimes when you listen back to some stuff, you're like, this could have just been a great almost like 2.5 minute song and just been that, and that would have worked fine as well. But you live and you learn, and you know
And here
it's
you
not
are. And here
yeah,
you are.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
how is it for you, from your own personal perspective, to be in a rock band in Iceland?
uh, it's it's good, but I mean the scene here isn't that strong when it comes to rock. I think the metal scene is in many aspects, stronger. At least when it comes to like the amount of bands and stuff. There's a really good metal scene here, and but I guess but I mean, we are slowly becoming, the biggest rock band in Iceland for sure. I think because like you have Solstafir and but yeah, that's more metal, I guess. So but and it's it's hard to be just in a rock band in Iceland. You have to do some other things, and we find ways to do that to like make money here at home as well. Like doing some kind of special shows, for example, something that we would do it here, but we wouldn't necessarily do anywhere else. Because like we did like what 6 Led Zeppelin like big tribute shows with like a lot of like big vocalists from here. And that's that was a big success. And so that helps kind of getting us closer to our aim about just being able to play the original stuff here at home and being able to fill these bigger places. So that's next year is going to be 20th anniversary of the band. So slowly but surely it's going to be
Yeah,
nice.
wow, 20 years. I didn't realize you guys have been around for that long. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm 31 and it's going to be 20 years next year. So yeah, I was young when I started.
Very young.
Yeah, yeah. So, professionally touring now for almost 12 years. And yeah, yeah, my son is here. He's trying to be a part of the interview.
Hey, does
He
he
had some
play,
opinions.
is he old enough to play an instrument?
He's 9 months
Oh, okay,
since
so he's not.
no, but I mean, he hits the drum and the guitar, and yeah, he's a musical kid. He dances a lot, so and
So,
sings.
so
So
he's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
the future of the vintage caravan.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he has red hair, and he's gonna have his teeth are coming in, and he has the same gap tooth as me. So I mean, hey, it's gonna be a lookalike kind of thing
Oh, I
going on.
love it. I
Yeah.
love it. You're already preparing your replacement.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we have to be smart about this. I won't last forever, so we'll see. We'll see.
Wow.
I think he's super musical, so I'm looking forward to yeah, see what he does. Yeah.
You touched upon something, and I want to ask you this as the last question. You touched about touring. Now that
hmm
the album comes out September 26th, how is that touring schedule looking like?
We are hitting the road now in September, December 25th, actually. So it's going to be, at least one date where we're playing a lot of new material that most of the people haven't heard. Um, so yeah, we're going to be doing that European tour now in September, October. And then late October, we're going to the UK. And then January, February, we're going to be going to South America.
Wow.
And yeah, it's going to be our biggest tour there, I think. Doing like 3 shows in Mexico, Costa Rica, and then we're doing Brazil, Argentina, and don't think I'm forgetting anything. But yeah, it's going to be really, really fun. Looking forward to it. Those are really fun tours. We've done 2 already, but yeah, God, they're the most exhausting tours that we
I was gonna
do.
say they're very demanding because it's not like you can go from on a bus from city to city or country to country. You gotta fly all over the place.
We did 16 flights in 14 days last time we were there, and it was just grueling. It was oof, yeah. But when I came back home, I saw everything kind of like distorted. It was kind of like because I was sick during the time as well, so I was like had a fever the entire time, and then like sleeping 2 3 hours a night, and then
Oh,
just
that
going
sucks.
and always at airport, so it was just kind of like, but still fun though.
Wow, that sucks. Well, the schedule
Yeah,
looks amazing. I look forward to catching you guys at some point in time next year when I'm traveling to Europe. I'm coming to Iceland as well
great.
for the Southern Festival. I know you guys played there already.
Nice. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. We did this year. It was super fun. Great festival. Yeah, and hopefully we get to go to Porto. I don't know why we aren't playing Porto on this run, but we've requested to do Porto as soon as possible. So
yeah, it would
probably
be kind of nice for you guys to play there, and especially Portals, since the inspiration
yeah,
is very connected to the city. You
we
guys have
have
to
to.
mention that to the crowd, by the way. That way,
Oh
everybody's
yeah.
gonna love you guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that would be great. Like the future whoever promoter we're going to be working with there, he kind of has to use that for the promotion. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah. I
gonna
mean, and for
it's
you
gold.
guys, you're gonna sell a lot of merch.
Oh yeah, well for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can do like us and the Portuguese flag or something.
It'll be great for the marketing.
Oh, for
So
sure.
definitely need to use it. Oscar,
Yeah.
man, thank you very much for your time today. It was an absolute pleasure to chat with you about the Vintage Caravan. Once again, the new record
Cheers.
Portals comes out September 26th. Go catch these guys on the road across Europe and in South America at some point in time next year. Once again, man, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Take care, man. Bye.
Take care. Bye.